FOJ 83. What's up, Jason?
Jeff, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I am good. It's been a good week, kind of an easy week, long week at work, but just another week in the life. What can I tell you?
Another day in a series of days?
That's right.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been really only a week since we last chatted, so not really a lot of time for things to build up.
No, I mean we had another Bears preseason game that meant nothing. We did have Cubs versus White Sox this week, so we can touch on that a little bit. And then what is it? My men's league baseball team had 2 games today, which resulted in what I feel like is a kind of a sunburnt nose for me, even though I had it. Well, my nose is all red, but that tends to happen pretty easily these days. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was interesting, but yeah, it was fun.
Well, why don't we start there? Let's talk about baseball, your men's league. How'd we do? Did we win?
Yeah,
Are we champions?
So we are into the semifinals. We played the last game. So there were 8 teams in the playoffs, right? And each round of the playoffs is the best 2 out of 3, which I think is cool. It's the first league I've ever played in or coached in or anything that had an actual playoff series. So it's and I think it's appropriate. I always kind of thought the one and done idea after a long season kind of sucks. I mean, any team can have a bad day at any point. And, I think that you should have to beat a team twice in order to eliminate them. So we played a first round game last week and won pretty convincingly. I think it was like 24-2 or something like that. And we played that same team again today and beat them 17-0 in 5 innings, which was great. But then we sat around for the better part of 2 hours waiting for another game to end and to be decided in order to figure out who the opponent would be for us to start the next round. So we just kind of, sat in the sun. Of course, the one field we're at where there's no covered dugout, there's no roof anywhere, there's nowhere to go sit in the shade. We just kind of hung out. And now, mind you, you remember the Chicago area. We're playing in Englewood. Do you remember anything about Englewood, Jeff?
Not really. Is that Southside?
Englewood is Southside. Arguably one of the worst parts of town as far as,
crime
just
and stuff like that.
Crime, demographic, just a lot of stuff goes on there. Not a great part of town. So, it's just kind of, you're walking into somewhere that you don't really know. And my own personal experience of Englewood, the last time I was in Englewood was about 7 years ago. It was probably about 11:30 midnight on a Friday, and I was driving for Uber, and I dropped somebody off, and I found myself trying to get out of there, caught in a traffic jam because of a gang fight that was happening all around me. So that's my kind of impression and taste of Englewood. So anyway, today was, fine. We're out there in the middle of the day. Really nobody around. We're at this high school, nice high school, beautiful turf baseball field. So, it was fine. So we're just sitting there, just kind of relaxing. And then we got to the second game and, you sit around for 2 hours doing nothing. Your team kind of gets tired. They get bored. They just kind of, get lazy.
Yeah, lose focus.
We won the second game. I think it wound up being like 9-2. But it took us a while to get going. And it was one of those where we were up 2-0, and then it was 2-1, and then we were up 4-1 and 4-2, and it was 4-2 for a while. And it's like, okay, I mean, the last like 7-8 games, we beat everybody by slaughter rule. We haven't had to go past 5-6 innings, and suddenly we're into the 7th, we're into the 8th. And finally, I think it was the bottom of the 7th inning with bases loaded. Guy comes up, hits a 3-run triple, puts the game to 7-2. Then we took it to 9-2, and then we wound up winning the game 9-2. So not that big a deal, but it just made for a long freaking day, man. I mean, I was out the door this morning at about 8:15, and I didn't get home not long before you and I just sat down to chit chat. I mean, I'd been home, I think, for about 45 minutes. So yeah, long day, man.
Yeah, no kidding. But you won.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
But yeah, that is, I guess that's, kind of the equivalent of having like a bye in the middle of a team having a hot streak, during the season.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're in the semifinals. We have to play this team one, possibly two more times. They would have to beat us twice to eliminate us. And then assuming we win one of those two games, then we're into the finals, and that'll be it. So I think we have 2 more weeks of baseball.
2 more weeks.
Yeah.
So you're hoisting the trophy. Did you get a trophy? What does the winner get?
I'm not really sure. I mean, this is the first year of the league. So I don't really know what the teams get. I don't know if they get money. I don't know if there's a trophy. I don't know. I do know, and I don't know, I don't remember if I told you this last week, but I do know that I was given the league's Manager of the Year award.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned it. We kind of glossed over a bit, but yeah, that's cool.
So
you're the inaugural.
Yeah,
you're the inaugural winner of this. Is there a name for the trophy or whatever?
Of the CPBL, which stands for Chicago Premier Baseball League Manager of the Year, which is pretty cool. I've never, I mean, I've been on teams that have won. I've been on, I've coached teams that have won, but I've never won an award of any kind for anything in sports. So that's kind of cool. I'm excited.
What'd you do to celebrate, man?
Nothing.
That's the most Jason thing I've ever heard.
I know, right? Yeah, no, I just took it. I mean, I don't know if I get some sort of plaque or something like that, but
you should be able to get to name the award. Like the first winner, it becomes the Jason McGuigan Award for baseball coaching excellent or something like that.
Excellent. Yes, I actually like that verbiage right there.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'll 3D print you up an award.
Yeah, there you go. But so that was exciting. It's all you know how it is. It's always nice to be validated. So
yeah,
and
no, that's good.
When you're recognized by your peers, it's pretty cool. So,
is that how it works? Is it like voted on by?
Yeah, it's voted on by all the coaches in the league. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah, so that's pretty neat.
So, Phil better watch out, huh?
Yeah, right. Well, hey, Phil retired.
You're coming for him. Let him know.
Yeah,
Phil, if you're listening, Jason's coming for your record.
Well, I can verify that Phil does listen, because he does text on occasion on Monday morning or the morning after, whenever you put it out. Mm-hmm. He listens every week. So,
well, shout out to Phil.
Yeah, he's great. He always shoots some good feedback and stuff like that, and he really enjoys the show. So it's cool.
Well, good. I showed you a picture of what I took out of the oven this week. So I've got a stack here of, 4, 8, 16, maybe, of these little FOJ show listener of the week coins, or golf ball markers or whatever it is, little round circle things that you want to do. So I'll be bringing those with me to Chicago.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll see you while I'm in there, because I'm kind of like in and out of town, and then I'm headed off to New York, like literally the day after. So
okay,
hopefully we can get together.
Yeah, because I do have some folks that would love to have those.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I have a stack here of coins for you to hand out to our listeners of the week.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So yeah, that was my day today. Obviously, we had some meaningless preseason football last night that didn't really mean much. We got a Caleb Williams cameo on the first drive, and you got a little good. You got one overthrow that could have been a touchdown, and he was out. But what is it? The analysts liked what they saw. Seemed to move really well. I think he was honestly 2 for 5 for, I don't know, like 29 yards or something.
2 for 5, 28. I saw that. That's the only thing that I saw, like, because I didn't pay attention to it. And if I look at that stat, it's like, all right, well, not really a great night, but
yeah,
whatever.
he hit Adunze with a pass on the run. He hit Loveland for one. He overshot Loveland about at the 2-yard line. That would have been a touchdown. I don't remember the other two incompletions. I know he had a nice third down pass that was called back. But again, the guys that were doing the game really liked what they saw, and I know Ben Johnson was pretty complimentary of him. I mean, of course, what else is he going to say?
Right, yeah. My quarterback sucks.
Yeah, right. And then, they brought in Keenum because Bajan didn't play. I think he's got some sort of injury going on, but we saw a lot of Case Keenum, a lot of Miller Moss. They kicked 3 field goals, and that was pretty much it. So,
Yeah. Typical preseason. You texted me while I was out for a drive, and I was like, "Oh shit, they're playing." And then I responded back. I'm like, "Don't tempt me with preseason that I don't care about."
Yeah, no, not much to really see. I mean, they got Tennessee next week, and then they're off, and then we're off and running. So, but I don't know if you've heard big controversy coming out of Cleveland.
No, Cleveland. What? Cleveland Browns?
Yeah. So Deshaun Watson, I guess, was, playing a preseason game, and he's obviously in a battle for the starter's job with Shedeur Sanders. And a lot of people have said that Sanders looks like noticeably better than Watson does. And I guess Watson is like being booed by the home fans.
Of course, yeah.
And
he's not going to win over fans. The only way they come back for him is if he plays lights out. They'll forget everything that he's done wrong over the last 3 years.
And that's not happening. Obviously.
Exactly.
It's the preseason, but they do not support this guy at all. So after the game, I guess Watson, really kind of, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he kind of ripped into the fans a little bit. Like, you guys booed me when I got hurt. When he had that injury, and they cheered him when he got hurt.
Yeah.
And he brought that up, and he's like, "You're booing me now." And he basically is saying, why should I care? Why should I play here? All that kind of thing. And Deshaun Watson is going from being their potential starting quarterback to being cut. I mean, you don't need a guy like that on your team. And if you've got Shedeur, who isn't playing lights out, but is playing well enough to probably be a starter somewhere, I mean, I don't know if they can cut bait with Deshaun Watson, or if they'd have to eat they'd probably have to eat.
They have to eat it, because otherwise they would have cut him 3 years ago.
It's fully guaranteed, right? Yep. So, but that dude's just going to be a PR nightmare for them.
I mean, it's been a PR nightmare for them basically since he signed.
Since the day they signed it, yeah.
Their best thing would have been just put him on the shelf and just not play him and forget about him. I mean, you're going to have to pay him regardless. And what he's doing is he's causing reputational damage to the team.
Yeah. And obviously nobody else is going to pick him up. So
right.
We're probably seeing the last of Deshaun Watson, no matter how good he is.
No, and he's walking away with $250 million.
Yeah. Go live a great life. But the way I see it is, you did this to yourself, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Actions have repercussions.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
I think he's done.
I think so too. And you know what? Based on what he said, I kind of hope so.
Yeah. I mean, look, he didn't do himself any favors with, the fans. It's not like he was beloved. Basically ever since he got there, he's been injured. So,
right.
There's what's to love about him if you're a Cleveland Browns fan?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Right. He hasn't produced on the field, and he's hampered them from a financial aspect on the team for the last, 4 years? 3 years? 5 years? Whatever it is.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And he's a PR
what exactly am I cheering?
Because of all the allegations he's got against him.
Exactly. So. Yeah. Yeah. That's just the football stuff. I mean, the off the field stuff sounds pretty bad too.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to be cheering at, Deshaun? Tell me.
Yeah. So he's got the trifecta: the lack of performance, the off-field allegations, and the shitty ass contract.
Yeah.
That's
everything's great
for being able to do everything else. So yeah.
Yeah.
And they traded Myles Garrett. So,
they throw in the towel on that team again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a multi-year rebuild, retool, recharge, whatever.
Dude, it's been a multi-year rebuild for how many years now?
I know. They're like the Chicago Bulls of the NFL. They keep trying to build it, and it just doesn't work.
I mean, they're spending money on some players, but they're not even getting good ones. The ones they are getting, it's just like, just not good.
No, not at all.
That's management at that point.
It's ownership. I mean,
the culture, like everything.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name, but it's like sell the team.
Yeah, would you? If you had an NFL team, would you sell it for any reason?
No.
Right.
Probably
like
not.
Why? There's only 32 of those in the world.
And at the end of the day, they all just piss money.
Oh yeah.
Some more than others, but yeah.
I just don't understand why you would ever sell a team.
No.
Because it's such a rare item.
I heard the other day in regards to the NFL as a whole that ultimately somebody said that the NFL would ultimately like to be at 40 teams
globally
and have 2 divisions be outside of the US.
Yeah. I mean, it's no secret they've flirted with Europe for several years now.
Like one in Europe and one either in either Asia, or I don't see really Asia happening as much as I would see maybe like a Latin America type thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because of the time zone. I mean, Europe might be tough because of the time zone thing, but although they're playing like 7 international games this year, including one in Australia.
They're doing the work they need to do to build up the fan base out there.
And you know as well as I do, anytime the NFL goes international, I mean, it is a thing.
Yeah.
Wherever they go. So, but yeah, I could see a team in like Mexico City or maybe maybe an NFL team in Canada, that kind of thing. I could see that very easily.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't think it would take much. I think it's more of just the dilution of either talent or the infrastructure to support those teams. But
yeah,
there's clearly enough, I think, fans out there to make it work.
Yeah, I agree. It's become a global game, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think the NFL here basically has like a following like what the Premier League in European soccer has over here. People pay attention, people follow it, people enjoy it, people watch it.
Yeah. What would be an interesting market would be like Australia or New Zealand because of a lot of the rugby players and Australian rules football players that end up in the NFL or at least try to make the NFL.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be awesome. What is it? Tory Taylor's from Australia, I believe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he had like a 60. It was either a 62 or a 65-yard punt that the announcers were raving about yesterday. But anyway, yeah, between rugby and actual, what is it? I think it's a little different, but Australian rules football. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a team down there. I'm sure the game. What is it? Rams Niners. Is that who's playing? In the Australia game, I think.
I'm not sure. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of Niners players, I think, that are out there that have been on the, Australian rules or whatever it is.
Yeah. I think I'll bet you that stadium is sold out. I'll bet you it's a huge deal. And, people are going to love it. So, I mean, the Super Bowl is shown all over the world every year. So, and I'm sure, wherever you live, if you wanted access to the NFL, you could get it.
Yeah, I wonder how that works, just because I know the NFL is very litigious with streams. But it seems like it's something that they could figure out. I mean, if they want the game to grow, they'll make it available for people to consume.
Yeah, if people want to get up and watch it at 2:30 in the morning or 10:30 at night, I'll bet they do it. So
right.
I mean, they already do it for the military already. So why not open it up to whoever? So
I mean, it's the internet. You can do whatever you want now.
Pretty much. But, okay, we didn't hit this. Any Bears 83s for you?
I can think of one. Wims or something like that. Wasn't he a 83?
Javon Wims?
Yeah. I think
for me, I always go back to 85, Willie Gault.
Oh, wait, was he 83?
Oh, yes.
All right, yeah.
But, God, I don't know if I know of any other.
Martellus Bennett.
Okay.
Daz Newsome.
Yeah.
Why does Willie Gault not show up as 83 for?
I guarantee you he was number 83 because I had his jersey when I was younger.
It's not coming up.
Well, why don't you confirm with FOJ AI? Because I'm sure he was 83. Positive.
I mean, let me ask him and see if he can find out. But, I guess, was it Willie Gault, as you were saying, wore number 83? Willie
Gault, yeah. I am 100% sure he wore number 83.
Okay, well, let's see what FOJ AI has to say about that. Well,
I'll be very mad if I'm wrong.
You're right. I see it on the list here now.
Jason wins this one, sir.
Okay.
Willie Gault wore number 83 for the Bears, per who wore each jersey number the best, listing 83. Willie Gault. So the name's actually Gault, not Gould. And that jersey memory of yours checks out perfectly.
Okay, well, that apparently is a transcription error, not Gould, but you are correct, sir.
Nice.
Willie Gault from 83 to 87 wore number 83.
Yeah, he was a Olympic caliber sprinter that became a wide receiver in the NFL. So he was one of the fastest guys in the league.
Who wore number 83 before Willie Gault for the Chicago Bears? If you know this, I'll be amazed. And two, you have a real problem.
Does it say, is it a receiver?
It's not a receiver.
It's not a receiver. Is it a tight end?
Nope.
No. Boy, I don't know.
From 1967 to 1973.
67 to 73. Boy, you know what? I don't know. Because I think there was a guy by the name of, I think his name was Alan Page, and he was number 82, and he was a defensive lineman. But 83, yeah, I don't know.
83 was Mac Percival, a kicker.
Okay, well, that's why I don't know.
Right. Or anyone else for that matter.
Yeah. Well, all right then. Well, yeah. There you go.
So that's the trivia for you today.
Nice.
I would have been surprised if you'd known that. And like I said, if you had known that, I would have been like, dude, you need to get out more.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Mac Percival. Yeah, no, I have no idea who that is. The only Percival I know is ex-Angels closer Troy Percival. But anyway.
I know the name, but that's all I know.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, Bears preseason winding down, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. We did have Cubs versus White Sox this week. It was pretty exciting.
How'd that go?
Cubs took 2 out of 3. But both Cubs victories were walk-offs. One in extra innings, one in the 9th inning, obviously, and then the Sox won the last game. I think it was 3-0. But a very competitive series, all 3 games. And I'll tell you what, and I'm sure your wife knows this already, but the Cubs have an absolute superstar in Pete Crow-Armstrong. I was kind of late to the party on him, and I admit that. I kind of thought, okay, he's a little overrated. I don't think he's as great as everybody says. But I'll tell you what, I watched that guy do something that hasn't been done in the major leagues in 70 years. I watched it live. It was unbelievable. In the first Cubs-Sox game, he led off the game with a home run, hit the very first pitch into the right field seats. And then 10 innings later, he comes up again. And now, mind you, after the home run, he walked, he singled, he doubled, and he made an out. So at this point, he was 4 for 5 in the game, I believe. Or I'm sorry, he was 3 for 4 in the game with a walk. Came up, winning run on second base. All they had to do was score. All he needed was a base hit, whatever. He comes up and hits the very first pitch that he saw, again, into the right field seats. Walk-off home run. I think they wound up winning like 7-5. So the first guy in Major League Baseball in 70 years to hit the first pitch of a game for a home run and the last pitch of a game for a home run.
Not bad.
Then the next day, he leads off the next game with a home run. Unbelievable. The guy, we're in the middle of August. He already has a 30-30 season, meaning he's got 30 home runs and more than 30 home runs and more than 30 stolen bases, which doesn't happen all that often. He's now done it twice. He's only the second Cub to do it in multiple seasons. He's only 24 years old. He's going to be in Chicago for a long time. And outside of Caleb Williams, I think is the biggest Chicago superstar going right now.
Well, they've been hanging out, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So, pretty awesome watch. As a Sox fan, but as a lover of baseball, pretty awesome to watch this guy in Chicago. And I'm sure your wife is all about it.
Yeah, she's quite happy about that. Makes sense. I mean, she's a big Cubs fan.
Oh, yeah. But, Sox are still in first place. Cubs are in first
6.5 back from the Brewers, but yeah.
Yeah, but they're
still in the wild
they're
card.
Pretty far ahead in the wild card. So I really think both teams are going to head into the playoffs, and we're still going to have an exciting month of October. How far they get, I don't know. I think I told you last week that I think the Cubs are more built for playoff success than the Sox are, but hey, anything can happen. And as we've talked about, all you got to do is get in.
Yep. Just make it in and see what happens.
That's right. So, but no, good week of baseball in Chicago. It was cool. It was fun. Cubs Sox is always fun. And I think the series all time is 82 wins to 82 wins, which is pretty cool.
I guess. If you're a Sox fan.
Yeah.
Like you are.
Yeah. But, hey, for the Sox to lose 100 games 3 years in a row, to go from that to knocking on the door of the playoffs, is pretty remarkable, I think. I didn't think they could do it in 1 year. I thought they'd get there. They were pointed in the right direction, but I didn't think they'd get there in 1 year. And they have. Well, they've got about 34 games to go, but I think they're going to get there. And that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Good for the city of Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then we got, Blackhawks training camp starting up pretty soon. Bulls training camp starting up pretty soon. So all things are good here in Chi-Town.
It's a good time.
It is a good time. I think it's a very good time to be a Chicago sports fan. And I know not that long ago, it was not a very good time.
Yeah, no, really, we didn't have anybody who was doing anything. I mean, I guess the Cubs were the most successful over the last few years, but even they were just kind of like somewhat middling as well.
Well, I think we talked about it. I think in the span of 14 months, what was it? All 7 or 8 Chicago professional sports teams fired their coach.
Yeah, we went over. There was the great purge.
Yes, and that included the WNBA, the women's soccer league team. Obviously, all the 5 teams in the major sports. Everybody got canned.
Yeah, well, look, you take the good with the bad, the yin and the yang.
Yep.
The law of averages, comes out. So here we are.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. So you went to New York this week.
I did. I went to New York City and got there Wednesday, was out of there Friday. Wednesday was warm. Thursday was extremely stormy and rainy. So I was planning on going out that night for a walk if the weather had held. It did not. So I DoorDashed some Korean fried chicken to my hotel.
Nice.
And that went well. So but it was raining like cats and dogs. There was like flood warnings and stuff like that for the city. But I will tell you, I noticed something about New York this last visit. And I've been there a bunch of times, but at least a few times already this year just for work and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, I noticed that the city was very clean.
Really?
Yeah, like noticeably. Like normally I don't kind of notice that kind of stuff unless it's like the extremes, either like really clean or like really dirty. It's everybody has garbage, whatever it may be, but at least Midtown Manhattan area and the Upper West Side were both extremely clean from what I could see. I was just when I noticed it, I started looking around. I was like, yeah, like the streets are clean. There was washing happening on like the all the different city streets, like all the different blocks in the morning as I was heading into one of the offices. And yeah, it was whatever Donnie's doing up there seems to be working. He has like a 70% approval rating.
when you go to New York City, do you always go to the same area, or have you been to, what is it? There's 5 boroughs, I think. Have you been
I
to
am
all
mostly
5?
in Manhattan, like
Okay.
99% of the time. I've stayed in Brooklyn maybe once or twice. I'm not sure what LaGuardia area might be called, but I mean, I can look that up on a map while we're talking. But no, I have not been all over the place. Where I've spent the most time in is in Manhattan, especially Midtown, just because that's tends to be sort of like where I end up staying. And then my company has an office basically like next to Times Square. And then one of the clients I go to is in the Upper West Side up by like Columbia University. So mostly Manhattan. What I would like to do, and I have not done yet, is go to a comedy show at one of the famous comedy clubs down there, like down in like Lower Manhattan or Lower East Side or something like that. And I just haven't done it. I absolutely could, but I just haven't done it.
Okay. Because there's what is the borough? What is it? There's the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Long Island, and Staten Island? Is that right?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Okay.
We can ask FOJ what are the 5 boroughs of the New York City area and see what they have to say.
I've never been to them.
I love New York, so
kind of
hard to. But my view is also Manhattan.
Okay.
So let's see what FOJ AI has to say here. Let's thinking about it.
Think long and hard.
Yeah, no kidding. This is part of the. There it is.
Got it. Pulled that up quick. New York City's 5 boroughs are Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island. So, Jason, you were close. Just swap Long Island for the Bronx and Queens.
Okay, yeah. Queens was the one I missed. Okay.
Yeah. So I've stayed in Manhattan. I've stayed in Harlem. I've stayed in... I'm looking at a map now, trying to see exactly where I stayed. Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn, Brooklyn Heights, like that area, which is kind of like south of the World Trade Center.
Sure.
But yeah, mostly Midtown Manhattan, which is, where Times Square is, like all the buildings. There's so much to do there. And just, I love just walking through the city and just checking things out.
Yeah, I'd love to, at some point, maybe take a long weekend. Michelle's never been either, so maybe go like a Thursday through Sunday type thing. Because for me, that would probably be enough. But yeah, I'd love to just go there and walk the city.
There is a lot of walking to do. So
yeah,
that is for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's New York. There's literally everything that you could possibly want in that city.
Yeah, I mean,
shows, whatever,
Times Square,
sports.
Central Park, all that stuff. I think that'd be neat to see. I'd love to see the Statue of Liberty, that kind of thing. So.
Times Square is I think it's overrated.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine for what it is. The first time you kind of go there, it's like, oh, this is kind of the famous Times Square. And then you realize it's like literally just like one
intersection.
Yeah. And there's just, billboards everywhere, right? Stuff like that. And just tons of like, people trying to get your money, right? Either it's like Elmo or Spider-Man who want to take pictures. They have those, a bunch of those like 360 camera things, like where you stand in the middle and it makes, 360 view of you. And then you have the stands. But it really doesn't get busy until I want to say like late afternoon, especially like when you're kind of like off season. Like the square is actually kind of empty during the day, especially early in the morning. Because I've stayed like literally right there on top of it. There's a Marriott Sheraton or something like that that's like right there that I've stayed at a few times. And I've had it once or twice where I've had like a window overlooking that Times Square spot, and it's interesting, that's for sure. It's one of those places you kind of walk over, check it out, and then imagine like the throngs of people on New Year's Eve who are stuck there, and hopefully they're wearing diapers.
Yeah, no,
because they are going nowhere.
Yeah, I don't need the crowds. I just think it'd be cool to see one time.
Yeah.
So
no, it's definitely. Like I said, it's one of my favorite places to visit, especially when the weather is good and you don't have to worry about like, rain and snow and all that stuff. But It's expensive too. I mean, it's like to go to downtown from LaGuardia on an Uber is like $150.
No kidding. Wow.
Oh, yeah. And if you have to go like from, I think the most I've ever spent was like a couple $100 to go from like the Upper West Side to either LaGuardia or Brooklyn. I can't remember which one. It might have been Brooklyn, which is kind of like the opposite side of kind of the Manhattan side.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a couple $100. I mean, just for one, would end up being like a 45-minute Uber ride, maybe an hour. I think in traffic.
I gotcha.
Yeah. But the food is great. I got a really good sausage, egg, and cheese bagel from Utopia Bagels, which is right across the street from where I was staying this time. Yeah, I mean, it's fun times.
Nice.
And I'll be back there in a couple weeks. Actually, right after my trip to Chicago, I'm flying out to New York from Chicago to New York before I head home.
And when are you coming here?
Let's see, September 14th, and I have my conference on the 15th, and then I'm out of there on the 16th.
Okay.
So yeah, I fly in. I don't even think I've booked my flight yet. But it'll be kind of a quick in and out trip for that conference.
Sure.
So if you make it downtown, I'll have a stack here of FOJ coins for you to hand out for people that you deem as deserving of a listener of the week prize.
That just might be worth the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, but New York is fun. Let's see, I'm going to Foxborough this week. So I'm heading out Wednesday and coming back Saturday.
Okay.
I'll be back up sort of in the Northeast on another work trip. And see some folks I know while I'm out there. And then, head back Saturday morning. And then I think I'm home for a couple weeks before my trip to New York, to Chicago and New York.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't have any trips planned for any vacation or anything. I have 2 weeks. I have 2 more weeks of vacation that I need to take before the end of the year. And I haven't really decided what to do with them just yet. I should probably go to Colorado, see Justin and see my dad. But as far as the other week goes, I
go to New York.
Hey, maybe
come down here.
There is some, I could do that too. There are some things around this house I probably need to tend to, but
get that air conditioning fixed.
Yeah, but I mean, there are also some projects that I actually should probably do, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I would love to go to New York. I would love to come see your place and things like that. So yeah.
Well, you're always welcome.
I appreciate
so many fun things to do in the world. Go out and travel.
Yeah.
I'm always a fan of anyone who gets out of their, like, their bubble, right? Whatever their bubble looks like, and kind of gets out and sees the rest of the country, but especially the world. You can get out international. Go to upstate New York. Go to like Niagara Falls.
I've done that. I'm a big, and Michelle's not, but I'm a big road trip guy.
Yeah.
I have driven, let's see, I have driven from the West Coast to, let's see, I've driven from the West Coast to here. I've been to upstate New York from here twice. Driven down to North Carolina to see before you moved there, to see my dad play softball. I drove down to Baton Rouge to see our buddy get married. This year I drove to Dallas for the first time to watch Joshua play baseball. Driven up to the Dakotas to watch Justin and Jeremy play baseball, back and forth to Minnesota many times. So I enjoy a good road trip. I just love to see the country, Yeah. And I would, if I had the opportunity, I would drive anywhere. And even if it meant driving back to California or driving down to Arizona, I know that's going to take multiple days, but I would do it. I love just get in the car and go.
Yeah, I do too. I'm a road trip kind of person as well. Barb, not so much, but I do enjoy it. I think part of it too is just like, even if it's like you're just driving through areas, you're just kind of seeing, the rest of the country and the world.
For the first time. Like I would love to drive up to, Maine. I think that'd be awesome to drive way up to the Northeast. I've driven to Florida a few times over the years. So, I've done that. But yeah, I would just, love to see the places that I haven't seen before. So.
Well, go do it. You got 2 weeks.
I just might. We'll see what happens. I'm really looking forward. I plan to do a lot of that, and I know you're going to say we'll do it before then, but once I retire, if I ever friggin' retire, but once I stop working, I plan to do a lot of that. So,
well, there's a lot of people who do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they retire, they get an RV and do whatever you want. But
I would be all about that.
Don't wait, man, because you never know.
True. Very true.
Not to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but you never know what's going to happen, and if you've got the opportunity, do it. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that's just,
No, I know. You do. You're right. You never know, unfortunately. So, but yeah, man, kind of a quiet week around here. Not much going on. Jeremy came over for a couple days because his girlfriend went to Wisconsin to go see some friends of hers. So he was around for a bit. So it was good. I did play 18 holes of golf yesterday for the first time in a while. And I'll tell you what. So my youngest, Joshua, he turns 21 on Tuesday. He's been playing golf for about 2 years. This guy walks out there. And he plays a lot more often than his brother and I do. He shot an 84.
Jeez. I couldn't do that whenever I was even playing semi-regularly.
Yeah, me neither. I've broken 100 one time. Although, I will say this. I shot 104, but I had 2 holes right at 10. So 20 of those 104 strokes were spent on 2 holes.
Jeez,
so
dude.
I know. So outside of those 2 holes, I actually played really well. I was very pleased when I played. But this kid just walks out there, fires an 84 like it's nothing. And he was, even some of the shots he made, he was pissed about. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah, right.
So, but that was a personal best for him. So pretty cool.
Take it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever broken 100. I always usually just stick now with Top Golf has been my thing for the last several years, but I think the last time I played golf was probably with you.
Oh, boy.
Like a legit round of golf.
We played the morning of my wedding. I remember that.
I think so, yeah. Was that the one in Downers Grove?
I think so.
The public course there off of, was that 75th?
Maybe. That 9-hole course or whatever.
I think so. I don't remember.
Or did we play? No. We played Woodridge that day. That's right. That was an 18-hole, and I think we only played 14 holes because we ran out of time. But
which speaks to our golf ability right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. But I do remember that. But oh my God, that would have been 26 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
We'll go out and see the world. I think my next big trip is Mallorca, Spain, in January, theoretically. That'll be actually a work trip. So that's kind of cool.
Now, Mallorca, Spain, what's the weather like there in January? Do you know?
I don't know. I want to say, I can look it up here, but Mallorca is an island in the Mediterranean.
Right.
And I know it's sort of off season. It's like a company meeting for our German part of our company. But I'll need to look and let me Google this up real quick because I think I want to say it's 60s or 70s.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit chillier. So it's the coolest month there, 59 to 41.
That's still going to be awesome, though.
Oh, yeah. It's an island in the Mediterranean. Yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And that's actually, for if you're going to be walking around and doing other stuff, that's the way to do it. And actually, my friend Kevin, who just got back from Spain and going to Mallorca. They spent 2 weeks out there and had a great time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. I saw that our friend Chad celebrated his wedding anniversary the other day.
Yeah. Happy anniversary to those guys.
Were they?
Seems just yesterday. It was 5 years ago.
I think they're 5 years. Which is it's so weird to me that he only got married 5 years ago. Because I know they've been together a long time.
Yeah, a long time. See, I've got 21 coming up here this year.
Yeah, I hit 20. Yeah, on August 6th, I hit 26 years.
It's a long time for people to put up with you or I.
I know, for sure. My Joshua turning 21 is weird for me because he's my youngest.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I'm like, well, what do you want to do for your birthday? And he said, he wants to, we'll go out for dinner and with him and his girlfriend, and we'll probably get Jeremy and his girlfriend, and then Michelle and I will go. But then after that, I'm like, do you want to go to a bar? What do you want to do? He says, no. He goes, him and his buddies are going to the casino.
That's right.
And of course,
baby.
I'm like, well, let's be real. He's been, has an occasional cocktail probably for the last 2 or 3 years. No big deal. But they're going to because they play a lot of cards, so they are planning on going to the casino. So that'll be fun for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we took it's almost like a rite of passage, but my youngest brother, Michael, we took him out to Vegas for his 21st. So the Stedman boys kind of took over the town for a little bit.
Nice.
Michael did disappear at about 2 a.m. We lost him for several hours. We I think we caught up with him eventually at the breakfast buffet the next day, but
kind of like the Hangover?
Yeah, kind of. We're not exactly sure what took place during that time, but he ended up making it back.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
You didn't wind up with was it Mike Tyson's tiger or anything like that?
Yeah, nothing like that. That trip was such a long time ago. We stayed at, at least a bunch of us stayed at, it was like an Irish hotel, something or other there. It's not there anymore. I think it's called The Link now, but kind of definitely not one of the premier locations on the strip to stay at.
Sure.
But it was a lot of fun.
Vegas is fun. Granted, I haven't been there in 20 years. I went there in November of 2005. It was a Chili's trip. It was I want to say it was their 30th anniversary, and they brought all the GMs to Vegas, and we stayed at the Bellagio. And it was awesome. We were there 4 days, 3 nights, and had a great time. And I haven't been back since, but the time I spent there was awesome. Now I will say 4 days was enough. I felt like, okay, I was ready to go home. I was done with the madness and all that stuff, but it was a good time.
I like it. I'll be back later this year for conference, theoretically in December, but I'm usually there like once or twice a year.
Of the world.
What's that?
It's one of the conference capitals of the world, man.
It's great for conferences. I think it's the best place to have it because there's so many things to do. There are so many hotels. The town is obviously it's a casino town, but it's really like an event town. Like they're just built for it.
Well, they have what? Well, now they've got the Sphere.
Yep.
Now they're bringing professional sports there. You've got an NFL team. You're about to get a Major League Baseball team. So there's boxing there all the time. There's all kinds of stuff there.
Yep. There's WNBA. There's NHL. There's NFL. There's about to be baseball. Like that stadium is in the process of being built now. And they don't screw around. Like things get built there.
For sure.
Plus you got all the casinos and the restaurants and even the things that are off strip that you can go and do and surrounding area. Like it's a great spot. I really enjoy Las Vegas quite a bit.
Well, they don't have Kevin Warren heading up any projects, so that's probably why.
Yeah. Any news on Bears Stadium?
No, they interviewed him because I guess during the preseason they tend to get a front office guy in the booth for a segment or two. And last week it was George Pekaski, and this week it was Kevin Warren. And he just says the same mumbo jumbo word salad that doesn't mean a damn thing. When it comes to the stadium, it's all, we're going to make the best decision. And, we're doing our due diligence. Dude, you've been doing your due diligence for 2 years. It's like, what else is there to do? And I feel like they're giving the state of Illinois every single opportunity possible to put something together. And the state of Illinois is still saying, we're not doing it. Stop asking.
Yeah.
So, they claim they're running all the tests on the land and Hammond and all that stuff. And the site is literally right over the state line, which is kind of funny. I mean, you can see the Chicago skyline in the background. It's like, it's literally right there. So Hammond, big deal. But in talking to him, he just never says anything that means anything. It's just he just dances around questions and gives the PC answer and talks about nothing specific. And he still refuses to say that, yeah, we've learned throughout the process and there's some things we could have done differently. He will never say that. He just claims everything's hunky-dory and we're going to build a world-class. He always likes to use the term world-class. So we're going to build a world-class facility for our world-class fans and our world-class team and blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut up.
So where is the site? Is it by like the casino that's down there?
I know it's right by this big open space just south of the lake, obviously. I think there's a huge golf course there. It's literally, like I said, a couple minutes over the state line.
Yeah. I'm just looking at a map trying to figure like where they would build this thing. I mean, I suppose I could Google the site location too, but I do see a golf course.
Yes.
I see Horseshoe Casino, which is right on the lake. Yeah,
it's probably not far from there. Because every time they show the site that they're looking at, they are always focused on that golf course that's there. And I forget what it's called, but there is a golf course that I think is part of the land that they want. So.
Okay. The Lost Marsh site, the Wolf Lake Terminal site are the two places.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, and that makes sense because by Wolf Lake is what I was looking here too. So,
even if they broke ground now, you're not looking at playing there until 2030. I mean, it takes like 3 years to build a stadium.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's a ways away. That's not on the lake. I thought it was on the lake.
It's a little ways away.
Yeah. I mean, it's down 90, basically, either of those sites.
Yeah. But again, it's like literally right over the state line.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well. Snooze, you lose.
I'm telling you, it's going to be Pritzker's and Brandon Johnson's legacy.
It'll be their legacy. They're the mayor and the governor that lost the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
That's why it surprises me that it's gotten to this, but like, I just don't see that, like, even for no other reason, just political capital of letting them walk.
Well, I know the NFL, obviously, nobody has said this publicly, but the NFL behind the scenes really, really, really wants them to stay in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's part of it. Maybe, obviously behind the scenes, there's a lot more going on than we know. Rumor has it that Roger Goodell has come to Illinois and has met with the Illinois government and will continue to do that, trying to broker some sort of deal. So we'll see. I don't know. But that's what they would prefer. But we've talked about it. It wouldn't be the first time that a city or a team has moved out of a city that they supposedly are named after. And, the Jets and Giants have been playing in New Jersey for years.
Yeah, but the New York Metroplex is so huge.
I get it. And I know, that part of New Jersey is part of that. So
yeah. I mean, literally, they're right across the river. There's
exactly.
I don't even know where they would build it in New York. There is no space for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, you'd have to go like up by the Hamptons or something.
Yeah. Like that. I mean, even Madison Square Garden being downtown is quite a bit of space, and that's small compared to the stuff they've built. Like I've driven past it, or not driven, but I've gone past like the new spot where the Giants and the Jets play, and it's massive where they're at.
Sure. And not too long ago, they built the Barclays Center for the Brooklyn Nets, and I think the New York Islanders play there.
Yeah.
So, because what is it? The Islanders used to play in I think it was a building called the Nassau Coliseum. I don't know if that's still there. And I don't know where. Oh, the Nets were in New Jersey. So,
yep.
And they moved to Brooklyn. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think a basketball stadium, hockey stadium makes sense in a downtown because those are definitely like smaller venues.
Uh-huh.
But football just takes up way more space.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and even though Soldier Field is one of, if not the smallest stadiums in the NFL, it's still huge. Yeah. And you drive by it, it's right on the lake, and yeah, it's a big facility.
Is it 50,000 people?
It's 50 or 60, I think.
which is small compared to like, even college ones.
Oh yeah. I mean, college stadiums, like you go to University of Michigan, they get
100,000 people
there every week.
Let's see. Soldier Field has a standard seating capacity of 62.5.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's the smallest.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I mean, plus they want to build something where they can have, the Super Bowl, they can have a Final Four, they can have concerts, all that stuff. Indoor concerts. Obviously they could still use Soldier Field for concerts, but they want something that they can use for that is multi-use. So
yeah, well, that makes sense. You can't, you don't, especially for weather considerations and things like that. Like they need to it needs to be making money all year round. Can't sit empty for large stretches. MetLife is the biggest stadium, 82.5.
Okay,
but AT&T Stadium, which is where the Cowboys play, they have 80,000 standard seats, but they can fill it to over 100,000 depending on like standing room and other configurations.
Yeah, that place is different.
Yeah. The smallest is Highmark Stadium for the Bills. I'm not sure if that's the new one or the old one. And then Soldier Field.
Well, I heard the new Bill Stadium is having all kinds of problems because apparently the way it was built, there's a lot of obstructed views. And when they sold the season tickets, they did not disclose that some of the tickets had obstructed views.
Oh, you can't do that.
Got to their seats in the first preseason game and said, basically, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I paid for what?
Yeah, that's not good.
No, not good at all. So I don't know how you solve that.
I wonder if there are any reviews yet on Google. Let's see. There's 98 reviews already for the place. Let's see. People say the stadium is beautiful and stunning, with many looking forward to blah, 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 games, concerts. Some reviews mention there can be a lack of roof.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it I don't remember if is it an outdoor stadium?
I mean, I guess so, but that seems weird to build an outdoor stadium in Buffalo of all places.
Yeah. Yeah, considering some of the snowfall that they've had the past couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's a good for, if you're a fan of weather and sports, yes. But to build a stadium, in this day and age where it's a money-making venture as well, you would think they would have a dome or something. Even maybe something retractable, but...
Well, you never... Yeah,
no, it's open air.
You never want the weather to decide the game.
I don't mind that, actually, for the NFL.
Well, I guess both teams have to play in it.
Yeah, so they both have to play in it. The wind, the slop, right? I think those are always like... I mean, they're not like exhibitions of like technical ability, but they're fun to watch. They're more memorable than a technical. Like people remember the fog game.
Oh, I remember the fog game. That was wild.
Yeah, or anytime there's like crazy wind or snow, right, and stuff like that, right? Was it the Bills that came out? Some team, right? They kind of swept off the area for the kicker to kick the field goal, right? Stuff like that. New England, maybe. Stuff like that is more memorable than like, a 50-51 shootout.
Remember the Bills, the Bills like put an ad in the paper that they would pay $25 an hour and give tickets to the game for people
to help clear it.
Double.
Yeah. It's a good way to get help.
Yeah. Well, from what I remember, they had plenty of people show up.
Yeah. I think New York City did that too when they had snowfall this last winter, is they put out the call and paid like $25 an hour to shovel the sidewalks. And it was cleared in like a day.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll take that. Spend a little money and make things easier for everybody. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much else. Just been testing out 3D printing. And I did get into a conversation downtown Asheville today as I was walking around the city with a friend of mine who was driving through. And we were in this place and they had 3D printed things for sale.
Really?
And that it was like a guy who was in there who was like a customer, sort of, kind of like asking about them. And then like the guy behind the counter who was kind of explaining how it worked. And then I just couldn't help myself. I'm like, yeah, I just got a 3D printer like 2 weeks ago. It's great. And then he and I started talking for like 5 minutes. He was asking a bunch of questions around it and like, how it worked and, the different types of things like that. And so I was a 3D printing nerd downtown today.
You're the resident expert.
I mean, far from expert, but it's taking me a little bit to figure out how to print a simple coin. so
okay,
we'll
so
see.
I think you showed me. I think you had a tray of was it 20?
No, it was like 12 or 13 or 14, like something like that. Yeah.
So how long did that take?
That took almost 10 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I started it this morning and it finished when I sent you that text with that picture.
So it printed all of them in one shot.
Yeah. So rather than printing one, I just basically cloned it and then filled up like the tray with as much as I could fit on one tray.
I gotcha.
And and I'm happy with the way it turned out. I had to figure out because I can't make text very small. Because I just don't have the detail for that. I don't have the right hot end nozzle for that. So that'll be something maybe down the road. But came out pretty decently.
No, I think they look great. They look great in the picture. Yeah,
I mean, they definitely, you'll look at them at a glance. And obviously I had to work some things with the logo and the colors. I just made the logo white to make it easy. But I threw some blue and some green in there.
Well, of the ones I'm hoping to get from you, I'm definitely keeping.
Oh, yeah. I have a couple other ones that did not make the cut. The text on one of them was just way too small. And I'm even have a hard time reading it while I'm wearing my reading glasses. So if that gives you any sense of like the text just can't be that small. So again, I was kind of playing around with different options. But
sure,
maybe someday we'll do it. But for now, I have the file saved. I can, batch produce them, as needed. And, for the truly worthy, they'll get a coin.
Well, yeah, no, I think they make for great handouts and things like that. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Although, I didn't know that they took out average like an hour to make each.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually more than that because I did it in bulk. It's a little bit quicker because it's, switching different colors and stuff like that. If it was all one color, that would be one thing. But because the more colors you have in there, the more switching you have to do. And so that takes time.
Oh, so you still can't set it and forget it to print something that
I can. Yes. I have it set up. So I have like multiple colors that feed into it. I mean,
okay.
Jay, I'm not an animal when it comes to 3D printing. I do have an automated material system, of course, connected to mine that has, 4 rules of filament. And I'm trying to figure out where to put my second automated material system. I'm not sure where to like set this up finally.
And then, silly me. Sometimes I forget who I'm talking to.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, man.
It knows I'm playing, Jay. Come on. But that's like that's why I got it was because like I don't want to be like pulling spool off of a printer and then having to switch it midway. Like this just makes it a lot easier. It's like the way to do it. If you're doing more than I would say 2 colors, because I think most printers you can do like 2 to 4 relatively easy, but this just makes it easier to automatically switch them out, and it knows, and it has like little NFC things on the filament roll that tells the thing like exactly what filament's in it. So it's pretty turnkey for the most part. Although I did have a bunch of print failures over the weekend where I was trying to print a QR code, like a little keychain thing for my wife, and it was like this thing just isn't like printing. It would like crap out and then like not stick to the print bed, and it was just weird. And I was like, what is wrong with this thing? I took the plate upstairs and I was like, let me wash this. Like maybe there's residue or something, like the plastic just not sticking to it. And I was like, all right, what's going on with this thing? And then I opened up the 3D printing app that shows like, the model that I made essentially for it. And I realized it was like it was like angled. And so it was trying to print basically in midair.
Oh, wow.
And so once I fixed that, I was like, oh yeah, it works the way it had been like for every other print. So whenever I was putting the model together, I just didn't like line it up flush with the plate. And now, that was the problem.
Can you print QR codes and stuff?
Yep. Yeah, it works. I have 2 QR code keychains that I did for my wife.
Okay.
Maybe that's a future version that has like a QR code maybe on the back of one of these coins or something. But
yeah, no, well, that's what I'm thinking. You can either do that for this or your other podcast.
Yeah, version 2 of the coin. Make a series. This is the 2026 model. You know, you got to earn another one for 2027.
Yeah, the FOJ Coin 2.0, that kind of thing.
That's a good idea. I have to figure out how to maybe do that. Because that would solve, I think, some of the things that I have with, like I said, like one side I think looks good, the other side doesn't look as good.
Okay.
And that's just the way that 3D printing works. Unless you want to like print two and then like glue them together, which is what really, like, that's what a lot of people do, is they'll print two duplicates essentially and then just glue them together and it looks like one.
Sure.
But yeah, throw a QR code maybe on one of these, make it a little flatter. Like this one is also 3D, so it has ridges. So it's not like a flat coin. It's got texture to it.
I mean, how big is that? I mean, is it like the size of like a poker chip or?
It's like 2 inches, I would say, in diameter, roughly.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I would say like a little bit bigger than like a $50.
And the material, once you print it, feels like what? Kind of like a hard plastic?
Yeah,
or?
It's just basically plastic. I mean, they're thin enough where you could absolutely, snap it, but you'd have to really want to snap it. So please, if you decide to get one of these, maybe don't, test the strength on it, but they're sturdy enough, but they're not thick. Obviously the thicker you make it, the more,
could they use it? Could they use it in the Super Bowl for the coin flip, or Oh,
absolutely, yeah, yeah, and they should. It's either it's FOJ show on one side and just complete darkness on the other, as it should be.
Yeah, man. Well, we can call our buddy Roger and Goodell and be like, "Hey, man, we got the official Super Bowl coin or the official coin of the Super Bowl." I wonder how much that would cost to get in there. Probably millions.
What, to get the official Super Bowl coin?
Yeah.
I don't think we can afford that.
No, probably not yet.
I don't think there's any money in the world. Like, I mean, I guess if there's they don't sponsor the coin toss, do they?
No, I don't think so.
I know they don't give away, but that's probably a collector's item for somebody, right? That they either give to someone, give in quotation marks, because somebody donated, or they sell it or something like that.
Or it goes to the Football Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame or something like that, yeah.
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 I mean, you could come up with one and then just, offer it up to the NFL.
So I do have a trophy / medallion generator thing. And so I could absolutely create a trophy.
Yes.
I just don't have gold filament. I just ordered a bunch of filament yesterday, so I have more materials and colors coming, but gold is not one of the ones I got because I'm not really ever going to print gold.
We could come up with the FOJ Cup.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. We just got to figure out what game or sport or competition is worthy of the FOJ Cup.
I think that's FOJ Listener of the Year, right? Or something like that.
Yeah,
somebody who helps the show grow, right? Tells other people about it, gets them to, like or subscribe, whether because they like it or they hate it and they just can't stop listening because they hate us so much. I'm fine with that too. I'll build a trophy for that.
Yeah, the Howard Stern theory. Absolutely.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, FOJ Listener of the Year. Oh, boy. All right, well, then, starting around December, we'll need to discuss that.
Okay, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
So how does this work? Would it be we pick? Is it listener nominated? Is it do listeners, text you or me, I guess, with their case for being the FOJ Listener of the Year?
Yeah, okay. Now, to whoever's listening right now, we're not into this just yet, but I do like the idea of any listener who wants to throw their hat in the ring for Listener of the Year. Text us who you are and why you should be considered Listener of the Year.
There you go.
And then, because we can't have people who nominated themselves then vote because they're just going to vote for themselves.
Of course, yeah.
So I think we'd have to choose, right?
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense for me.
Yeah, I mean, we are the executive panel that really does the show, and that's pretty much it. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not like we can contact Price Waterhouse to, tabulate the votes and stuff. So yeah, well, I guess we would just pick it.
So there you go. Then we got it.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll work out a fun way to put that together. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we can do that. It's cool.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, man. I know this is kind of short. I don't have much else.
Yeah, that's fine. Not everything has to be 4-hour extravaganza.
A nothing week, I mean, we're getting closer and closer to the NFL, which will definitely grab our attention. So
yeah, we tend to go long during the NFL season. That's just who and what we are, man.
That's right. Well, you can't get analysis and breakdown anywhere else like what we give.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, so. That's fine. I'm done with you.
All right, man.
Yeah. I guess I'll talk to you after I'm back from Foxborough.
Yeah, enjoy Foxborough. Say hello to the Patriots, and we'll talk at you later.
Yeah, let's before we go, let's ask FOJ AI what it learned from this conversation today, just so I can do some more testing with it and see what it thinks.
Sounds good.
Learned that FOJ Cup governance is apparently a stricter process than most actual sports Hall of Fame voting. Sir, no Price Waterhouse required, just 2 guys and a trust fall.
All right, that's okay.
Fair enough.
Yep. And not wholly inaccurate either, or inaccurate. So,
true.
All right, man. I'll talk to you in about a week.
All right, man. Have a good trip. I'll talk to you later.
See ya.